This has probably been my most requested video, so today I've got my laptop. We're gonna sit down and look at my swing and what I'm working on right now to prepare for my next professional tournament and get ready for kind of what I want to accomplish during this off season. Before we dive into the swing changes, I kind of want to show you what prompted this change. This is a swing from probably 2 weeks ago, and in this swing I find myself falling back into an old pattern where I sink my hands down behind my hips, the hips get out in front, my chest gets in front of my hands, and all of a sudden the club and my hands are behind my body, behind the swing, underplaying, forcing me to whip them through impact to have any chance of keeping up. Because on this side of the screen you can see I had it at one point. This is from August. I had the swing where I wanted it. I just didn't give it time to get where it could go. And because I didn't give it time and I gave up and I got too focused on tinkering with other things, I lost it. On the left side of your screen, the video from August, you can see how on plane my hands are. They stay in front of my body the whole time. I come through impact very consistently, very connected. On the right side of the screen, you can see the video from 2 weeks ago. I'm stuck behind, I'm underplaying, my hips are way ahead of my chest and hands and therefore the club. I'm whipping the club through impact, leading to a lot of mishits, a lot of inconsistency, a huge dispersion pattern, and ultimately not very good things. So here you can see I've got the alignment stick across my belt loops. Basically, this is just to keep my hands in front of me. I've showed you this drill before. This drill is my best friend. I love this drill. I hated it at first, but I've grown to love it because it's exactly what I need right now. This is going to give you immediate feedback. If I have my hands behind my body, if I get them stuck, if the hips get out in front, the club is going to hit that alignment stick. And I'll slow it down and freeze one here for you so you can see it. In this swing, I actually do hit the alignment stick, and it's really frustrating, but it's immediate feedback, and that immediate feedback goes a long way when you're trying to ingrain a new motion. Yeah, buddy, what's up? You think so? Come on, you're gonna be in the video? You wanna say hey to the people? You got any comment on my swing? So after these 3 balls, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. Grab some water, sit down, take a look at the video I just had, refocus my energy on a swing thought, and then go into the next 3. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Good players are slow on the range. And I wanna be a good player, so I'm slowing myself down on the range so that I can be sure that I'm focused on what I want to be doing. I'm not just raking and whacking golf balls. For the next part of this video, what we're going to see here is face-on view, because I really want you to be able to see the second swing feeling I'm focused on, which is transferring the weight to that left side. This has still been a very difficult transition for me, to go from stuck behind the ball on the back foot to getting that weight over on the front foot has been a big focus, and it will continue to be a big focus because it has to happen. And you can see it here in slow motion. I'm going to speed it up and let you see it in real time as well, just trying to get that weight moving forward onto the left foot. I believe that in the takeaway is where I start some of my problems having my hands behind me, because the hands get further back and deeper, if you will, than the hips do. So I'm not making a full hip turn. So here I'm focused on getting the hips turned with the hands as best I can, so that they stay together in one piece going back so they can come forward in one piece. I've been hitting pitching wedges this whole time, but at a certain point I want to move on to a higher club. I'm going to move on to an 8-iron, and then I'm not going to show it, but after that I moved on to a 6-iron. So here I'm going to move on to the 8-iron, and I'm just trying to stay with that feel. Get the weight over, make sure those hands stay in front of the body, make sure we're on that same plane. You're just chilling, aren't you? I'm just having a good old time. Again, 3 balls and stop. And then we're gonna refocus on whatever swing feeling I'm working on. And most of the time, I'm gonna do that without a club first so that my body understands how to move before I try to do it during a swing. And that's really the biggest thing for me right now is, does my body understand how to move at 10% speed, at 40% speed, at 50% speed? Because once you get up to 100% speed, it's just automatic. Like your body just takes over at that point. So you're gonna go back to whatever your habits are. And here you can see me really focused on maintaining that spine angle through the ball. That's been a real focus for me. I tend to come up and out of it a little bit, leading to those big blocks with the hands behind me. The more I can maintain that spine angle through the ball, the easier it's going to be for me to keep my hands in front of me. All right, so we're going to fast forward to 2 days later because I reviewed this footage in trying to make this video and realized how low my hands were in the backswing. I was getting kind of flat and around my body. So 2 days later, I went back out here trying to do same things, maintain the spine angle, keep the hands in front of me. In this case, I'm not necessarily worried about spin, launch, any of that stuff. Like, I'm just focused on feelings in the swing and mechanics of the swing, because if the mechanics and the feelings are right, then the numbers are gonna be right. There's no sense in trying to produce a number. This is Poppy, by the way. I don't know if you guys have met. Again, if we go side by side here, I'm gonna stop it at the top of the swing. 2 days ago, I was low, around the body more. Today, I'm working on getting up higher in the backswing with the hands, making a more committed turn, both the shoulders and the hips. That's going to allow me to get into the slot better, keep my hands in front better, make everything easier, because if I'm going around my body, my hands are already behind. But one last time, this is the last swing I made that day. You can see it in real time here. I'm going to put it on a loop. This is where we're at, swing-wise. Trying to go from this swing that we had a few weeks ago, the swing that let us down, this swing that made us shoot 88, to a more consistent, compact, efficient swing that is literally altogether better. I mean, there's really no way around it. And it may not be super obvious to you as we go through this, what we're looking at. So I'm gonna draw lines, I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean, but the nuance here at this level is something that I'm learning. Obviously, this process is new to me. I wasn't in a place last year to really understand how big of a difference these little nuances make. To me, these swings look vastly different. To me, they feel vastly different. And the results are literally the difference between a 68 and an 88. We've got about a week before my next tournament as of the recording and posting of this video. I'm really hoping this is game ready by then. And that probably sounds crazy, and it probably is crazy. I mean, no crazier than going pro in a year or doing anything that I've done this last year. And obviously, I don't expect at the end of those 2 weeks to be winning a green jacket, right? Like, that's not the expectation I have here, but I do expect to be able to compete. I do expect to be able to hit the ball in the fairway. I do expect to break par. Like, that's where I'm at. And maybe those expectations are too high. We'll find out. When I started this process, truly, this was probably one of the biggest surprises, and it sounds so dumb in retrospect. I didn't think it would take this long, and I didn't think I would still be playing this bad. I've hit some big like PRs, but then they'll dip right back down and shoot, you know, into 80s, and all of a sudden I'm like where did this come from? So this swing change is something I'm going to be focused on all off season. I'd like it to be playable now. I'd like it to be scoreable now, but I expect it to be perfect next year. I think 6 months from now, we may think about our first Monday qualifier, and if that is the case, this swing is going to have to be really, really good by then. So that's kind of the timeline for me and my expectation. I don't think it's going to get better overnight, and I'm committed to it taking several months to a year to figure this swing out. And I don't think it's going to take that long, because I'm already seeing results within the first week and a half. So that's where we're at. I hope this answers your questions. I know a lot of people wanted to see me update my swing. What am I working on right now? Where am I at in the process? What is it going to look like this off season? This is it. I'm committed to this swing and this swing only. This is a swing that fits me, that I like, that I feel comfortable with. And now it's about grinding it until it can be repeatable. So that's where we're at. Thanks for following along. As always, I will update you with the tournament results. If I can, I will post links to live scoring, either in this video or a separate post, so that you guys can follow along. Those events are going to be the Tuesday and Wednesday before Thanksgiving down in South Florida. So let's hope for the best and have a little fun. Otherwise, I will see you in the next episode of Tourbound.